Good morning, students. You're welcome to today's class. In today's class, you're going to take a look at perpendicularity and parallelism. So conditions where two lines are said to be perpendicular or they are parallel to each other. Those conditions that we're going to use. So we're going to invoke it when solving some questions and get the point. So let's run with the two important information. One, two lines are parallel if they have the same gradient. That is, the gradient on line 1 is equal to gradient on line 2. Then we say the two lines are parallel to each other. Then the second one, two lines are perpendicular if the product of their gradients equal to -1. Look at what I mean here. You have the gradient of M1 is perpendicular to that of gradient M2. So if their product equals to -1, then we say that they're perpendicular. So hold on to that two information. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is how to calculate the gradient. I believe not to calculate the gradient. So the gradient or the slope, let's say M is equals to, look at, you have a point. You have point A and point B, and that's to find the gradient. The gradient will just be changing Y, all about changing X. Clear? So look at this question. Find the gradient of the line joining the points with coordinate this and this. So this is very simple. So let's just say here, this is X1, this is Y1, this is X2, Y2. So the gradient or M will just be changing the change in delta Y over delta X. So what is Y2? Y2 is 11 minus Y1 is -4. So that's why I have negative here. All divided by changing X. So X2 is 3 and X1 is is -2. So I have this. So if we do that, that will give us 3. So that means that the gradient is 3. Then the next thing, the next one we're going to look at is, the next important thing we're going to look at is the gradient intercept form. How do you calculate the gradient form when they give an intercept that the line intercept at y-axis as a slope point? So if you look at this shape here, you can see the line intercept on the y-axis. Let's say the point is C. Let's just call it here C. So if you look up here, if here is C, so let's just say this is Y1, isn't it? Y this other one here is, let's say, let's just call it Y. And you know that from here to this point will be changing Y. So changing Y will be Y here. Look what I mean. Okay, you know this point here is the bottom, this point Y. Let's just say this is Y1. But we'll call it C. Y this is the change, the increment, which is let's say something like Y2. So if you are to calculate change in Y, it will be Y minus Y1. So which is the bottom, which is C here. So this Y1 is C, so we're just representing as C. So that will be change, this means changing the vertical axis. Y this is the X axis. Now in this case, the slope will be changing Y all over X. So if we cross multiply, we'll be having Y equals to mx plus c. So this is the equation of a straight line, you know that. So this is the equation of a straight line, where c is the intercept, m is the gradient. You get the point? So got to say m and that's all defined. Now, but if the line passes through the origin, if it passes through the origin, what happens? If it passes through the origin, that is x and y is what? If you pass through the origin, at that origin, that means there's no intercept. So that means the equation of a straight line will be just y equals to m. Now let's go straight to the important business. Look at this equation. We are asked to find the equation of the line of gradient 3, which passes through 0, 2. Okay, so let's start here. So the gradient is 3, and the intercept is 2. Well, it passes through what? That means this is 0, this is x, and this is y. So meaning that when x is 0, y is 2. So the intercept along the y-axis is 2, which is c. So the equation of the straight line will just be 3x plus 2. Remember from this place, x is the gradient m is 3. That m is 3 times x plus c, which is the intercept. Remember, this gives the general equation of the straight line. So this is the equation of that straight line. The next one, we have to find the gradient and the intercept on the axis of the line. This, as normally they give something like this, as to find the gradient and the intercept. Now, anytime they give equation of a straight line, now from this equation of a straight line, the coefficient of x is the what? Is the gradient. Let me take it again. Anytime they give equation of a straight line, the coefficient of x, when you translate it to be y equals to something, Now, like take example, look at this place here. This equation here, the gradient here is what? Is 3. So anytime I give a equation of a straight line in a simplified form where y is equals to that, the coefficient of x is the gradient. So in this case here, the gradient is what? Minus 1/2. And the intercept is what? 3. And the next thing, let's go to gradient and 1 point form. How do you calculate gradient? Look at this straight line. You have a point here. Let's say the initial point. Then let's say this now increment. So you have, let's say QP. So Q, this is the point. You have x1, y1, and P. Let's say an arbitrary point above this. So you have x and y. So in this case now, if you calculate the slope, in this case, this is supposed to be what? This will be changing y over changing x. Remember, in this point here, x is x1, y1. Here, x2, y2. So the change in y will be y minus y1 and x minus x1. So in that case, the gradient will just be y minus y1 over x minus x1. So the gradient will be this. Now, then if you simplify this, you can arrange it to be like this, which is the same thing. So look at, so I can decide to leave it like this or this, maybe the same thing. Now look at this question here. We have to find the equation of a straight line of slope 2 if it passes through this point. For us to do this, now recall the equation of a straight line that passes through it. Maybe we have 2 points, x1 and y1 is this, remember, which is this one up here. Now they give us that we are told that the line passes what? It passes through this point, 3 and what? Minus 2. I mean, it passes through the point x is 3 and y is what? Minus 2. So in that case, and remember they give us the gradient as what? 2 for the equation, the slope. So x1 is 3, y1 is 2. So we can just substitute into the equation. That will give us the equation of the straight line. So the equation of the straight line will just be y minus y minus y1 is what? Y1 is minus 2 equal, the gradient is 2 into x minus what? X1, which is what? 3. So if you simplify that, you just have this equation. So this is the equation of the straight line. The next one, what about 2 points? So let's go to 2-point form. If the straight line is given, now for example, if the straight line is given as passing through the point A and point B, then we can also generate the equation of that straight line. So look at something like this. So you have point A, so this is supposed to be a midpoint and an arbitrary point. Let's say this point is point A, this point here is point B. Let's say this point here is an arbitrary point, then just call it say P. Okay, so this is an arbitrary point. So look at, you have the points here. So how they give you 2 points. How they form the equation of a straight line. So if you look at it, let's say the gradient of this line AP, the gradient of line AP will be what? Will be changing what? Y over changing x. Just take the slope of this small part, which is this. Y, this other one, the gradient of the whole line, that is A to B, will be what? Will be changing y over changing x, which is this. So you are going to have, so if you look at this, since this is a straight line, the gradient will be equal. Remember, if you take a gradient of a straight line at any different points, you're going to have the same result. So that means the gradient from this and the gradient of this should be equal. So if you equate them, you're having something like this. So that gives us what? The equation of what? This can use to form the equation of a what? Of a straight line giving 2 points. Okay, look at this question here. We have to find the equation of a straight line which passes through the points. These are the points. You can see they give you 2 points, points P and Q. So what we're going to do here, go straight. X1, Y1 is this. X2, Y2 is this. Hence, the equation of a straight line, just recall, look at it here. Remember how do you form the equation of a straight line? They give you the 2 points, A and B. We pick a point, arbitrary point here, say P. And we now do what? Calculate the slope at this point, calculate the slope at this point. You discover that the slope must be equal. So you equate them, we have this equation of a straight line. So let's apply it now. So if you apply that equation here, so we're going to have y minus y1, which is y1 is minus 3, so we have the 3 this all over x minus x1, and x1 is what? 2 equal y2 minus what? y1, which is this, all over x2 minus x1, which is this. So if you simplify that, you're going to have this equation here. So now this is the equation of a straight line. You can see now from this equation of a straight line, we know that this is what? The slope, the gradient is what? Minus 5 over 6. While the intercept is minus 4 over 3. Clear? Now the next thing, now let's go to the application now. Now look at this question here. We ask, find the equation of the straight line which passes through the points minus 3, 5 and perpendicular to this line. You see that information coming up now. Now, for us to solve this question, just recall we said two lines are said to be perpendicular to each other. What happens if their slope is equal to, the product of their slope is equal to -1? That implies that, let's say the gradient of the line we are looking for, let's call it n. Then that implies that from this equation given to us, we can know the gradient indirectly. So let's take that equation. So if you bring this equation given to you, simplify it, make y the subject of the formula. If you do that, you're going to have this. Now, from this we are done. Look at this equation, just simplify it. That's it's just for a y. So if you simplify, you have y equals to this. Now, from this place, now we'll now discover that the gradient of this line given to us, the gradient is what? 1 over 2. That implies that, look at that, since the line required is perpendicular to this, which the slope is 1 over 2. Now, remember the condition for perpendicularity, that n1, the product of that slope must be equal to what? -1. Since the product of that slope is equal to -1, then the gradient we are looking for must be equal to what? Or equals to what? -2. Look at what I mean. We are getting the first gradient to be what? 1 over 2. Now the second gradient, that's what we are looking for. Remember the rule that the product must be equal to what? -1. So we multiply both sides by -2. We're going to have m will be equal to what? -1 times -2. And that gives us what? That gives us 2. So that means that the gradient of that line we are looking for, the gradient of that line we are looking for will be equals to, oh sorry, this guy here is non-half, sorry, this plus. So if you multiply both sides by plus 2, so let me do that again. Sorry, the gradient there was half. So you have 1 over 2 times the gradient we are looking for, let's call it m, should be equals to what? If their product should be equals to -1. So you multiply both sides by 2, so m will be equals to -2. That's why you have that the gradient of that line is -2. Now, since we know the gradient of that line to be -2, now recall our equation of a straight line, which is this. So if you substitute that, we'll be having y equals to m is what? -2, which is, so you have -2x plus c. So the next one I'm going to do now is just to impose the condition given to us, because I told us the line passes through what? This point. So we're going to impose this point now. So we're going to put when x is what? When s is -3 and y is what? 5. So when y is 5, that is substitute the value, just substitute this value. Y is 5, so you have here as 5 equal -2, x is what? -3, so you have -3 plus c. This gives you the value of what? C. So from there we simplify, c is equal to -1. Then that means the equation of the straight line is now out. So just copy and paste. We have y equals to -2x plus c, which is what? -1. So you can leave it like this or leave it like this. It's the same result. Great, thank you. Have a great day. This is where we're going to stop for now. Or come next time. We'll look at another condition. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye for now.